Heaven is his throne, and earth is the footstool of his feet. He was told he was to sit at the Father's right hand until God made his enemies a footstool for his feet, which means he doesn't come back until he's accomplished the dominion of nations. The objective of a war is victory. But the objective of a victory is occupation. Because you see, what God wants to do is he wants to send fire to the earth. Glory in a harvest doesn't change the nation. You have to occupy it. God wants to have the tabernacle at the top of every one of these spheres. You want to know what the spheres are that shape a nation? This is how you take a nation. You have to get into the family. That's why same-sex marriage is such a demonic agenda. Get into the marriages, get into the marriage. Because whoever gets the family mountain shapes the idea of what culture is for a man and wife. You got to get into the education mountain. You know why? Because whoever's ideology is shaping that little kid when he's a child, by the time he's 19, hey, for all you know, he could become part of the Hitler Youth movement and die for the Führer. So Hitler basically knew if he educated him as kids, he'd have them as sons to go fight for him. Education mountain, government mountain, where your laws get legislated, media mountain, where the truth is debated, and the arts mountain, which is where a lot of times sports and creativity comes along. We got business and finance. Is it possible that there are 7 sovereign spheres of authority? A king is a person of extraordinary affluence or influence within a defined sphere of authority. If it's a defined sphere of authority, there's a strong man behind them. By the way, that's how you take nations. It's the only way you take nations. There's never been a nation taken as a result of an evangelism harvest. You have a very broad constituency of 85 to 90% of the American population is not for same-sex marriage. How is it that 8% can impose their agenda on the other 90%? We have a conundrum, because you only need 8%, a minority, in the right place, and they become the leverage that shapes the culture.